Greetings to the residents, citizens, denizens, sovereigns, or savos. That's actually a German term. It's a greeting term that's used. That means servant or slave. I'm going to be doing something this coming week, starting this Sunday, October 3rd, I believe it is. And it's an issue I've really struggled with talking about. I see a lot of bits and pieces and tiny things about it talked about and written about, but I've never seen it put together into a package where you can see that we know what's really happening today, where we realize what's really going on. Just like the hat I'm wearing, Resident Evil, also the Knights Templar's cross, or the poster behind me of the cult of Cain, all right, Babylon, where it really originated from. The things we're experiencing and seeing today originated thousands of years ago. Best we know, thousands of years ago, maybe even just hundreds of years ago. If you look at what was said by Folmak from Russia, I mean, the timelines could be very miscued. But we need to be able to identify and see the things that are occurring today and realize what they are. See them for what they are. That's why I'm pulling the camera in just a little bit closer, a little more personal than normal, because this is a very personal situation. What we are going through and what we're seeing and what we're experiencing. And unfortunately, so many things have become normalized, and it's hard to recognize it as being what it really is. It is the dark underworld creeping in. It's exactly what it is. It's the dark underworld creeping in. It is the plan. The plan that the NWO has had for a very long time. The NWO, who is very much alive and active today. Everybody expects like a one world government or a one world religion. They think that they're going to turn on CNN in the morning and they're going to see some guy sitting on a throne proclaiming that he is now the one world religion. It doesn't work that way. They creep things in little by little. It's called normalization. That way you don't really notice it. That's why you can look back even 50 years prior to today and go, wow, things are completely different than they were before. But though, little by little, step by step, all of this crept in. And so, starting, like I said, the beginning here of October, on my site for Talk Shoe, and people have asked, how to find it. I'll put a link in the description box here again. But you can also find it by just going to your great oracle, whoever that may be, DuckDuckGo, Bing, whatever, and just put in Talk Shoe 143321, and you'll bring it up. It's Brian Parker, Tactical Sovereignty, and I'm going to really detail how all of this was set up. We all, I think, well, not all of us, but many know about the things that went on in the desert with L. Ron Hubbard, how they were trying to bring forth, Babylon working. That was just the beginning. In fact, it wasn't the beginning. That was the beginning of where we are today. But it wasn't the real beginning of all of this. The beginning of all of this started much earlier. And it was a step by step through social control and changing how the social program worked and how we thought. It's always been about the battle for the mind. That's what every war has been about. It's been about the battle for the mind. And we have to realize that. Once you realize that and see how they started trying to take control of the mind and how you think and what you think, you can see how they walked everybody right into this program, step by step. Pardon the pun there, if people know what step by step is. You know what? Hopefully, I'll see you this Sunday evening, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, is when we've always done these podcasts. And this is probably going to be a 3 or 4 part series because there is so much to cover here. So much. I've taken notes on this over the years that have really filled a book of its own. And I've struggled the past few weeks as to whether or not this was the time to bring it forward. And I think that if there's any time to bring it forward, it's now. It's got to be now. If people don't realize this and wake up and see what's really happening and why everything is being done the way it's being done, they're going to just get sucked right into the whole game. They're going to get sucked into the plan. They're going to get sucked into what should be exposed to them. And that's really what this is all about. This is about exposing the underworld. Because this underworld has usurped every tiny aspect of our life, whether we realize it or not. I'll close this out before the time gets to 666. It's like 6:44. Good night, guys.